Hey everybody, it's Uncle Scott back here on the QwerkyReax channel, and of course we're going to dive into some more Ren. A lot of you have been enjoying me showing some of the other people. I've been getting friends and strangers to react to some of his music. There's a lot more of that to come, but I also want to keep up doing some of my reaction analysis, as I would say, still a dork, and I still want to do some songs for that, including today we're going to do Tales of Jenny and Screech, and obviously Violet to round it out. And so, I have purposely not watched some Ren things so that I could do them on this channel as initial reactions. I'm just getting out the ones that I've already seen and totally love first, and showing a little bit of analysis to them, as well as I feel like all of us know that you always pick up something new every time you watch a Ren song. So going to do that right now. Without further ado, let's get to Jenny and Screech. I love how he builds on the guitar playing through all three videos too. So great.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street, somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet, she was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there was this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech, he was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief, but 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid night.
Okay, so I want to stop it right there because I mentioned in one of the other videos that, Ren says, I think it was High Ren, yeah, where he says numbers, statistics, or stats. And, stats and statistics are the same thing. And I got so many interesting comments of people having different theories on that, which I absolutely love. I love diving into what double meanings could mean for him. And sometimes where he purposely says words that maybe don't necessarily fit. So like right here, he's saying stalactite, which works so well with the rhythm, but a stalactite is something that hangs from the ceiling of a cave, where a stalagmite is the thing that comes up from the bottom of a cave, which would make more sense for someone on the ground. So I wonder if he just did that for rhythm, or if he did that because there's some other double meaning. If anybody has a theory, please leave it in the comments, and for future reference, if you're ever trying to remember the difference between the two, stalactite with a C. Stalactite has a T in it for top, so it's from the roof, and stalagmite is on the bottom. Anyway, nerding out a little bit, but if anybody has any theories, I'm definitely down to hear them.
Screech, give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Okay, so much to say. Obviously, as I am a renegade, I have obviously watched this many, many times. But I'm still always marveled at how he just changes from one thing to another, just like High Ren, how he so easily goes from like such a harsh thing to back to storytelling or giving the perspective of the other side. Also, I know there's a lot of references here. You know, people have theories about what the story means and everything else. And I know it's based on a news story, but like kind of who Jenny is. And I think the theory of her being, you know, a lady of the night kind of sticks because he makes a lot of references. Like she's walked these streets 1,000 times before, but also he kind of infers that it happens at night. And why would you do it so late at night all the time unless she had like a nighttime job? But then he also mentions like rosy on your cheeks, which is kind of, you know, comes from old school where they put a lot of blush on their cheeks. It was kind of like they were overly make-upped, which you see in a lot of like older period piece movies. So just my understanding and kind of theory of it all. Definitely open to what other people think. Also want to say, as we get into Screech's Tale here comes one of my favorite openings of guitar that he does. Like I know Jenny's Violets is super complicated coming up in a little bit, which I also love. But for some reason, the tonal quality and like kind of the melancholy harmony that he does in this, in the Screech like preamble, I just think is so powerful. Here it comes. Love it.
Our story, it starts right at the end of the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. This Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away.
The different levels of acting here are also like hear him start to get ready for it, the panting.
Hey, babe, you in? No, nothing really. I'm just a bit tired. Listen, can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
Also, that theory that Patrick and his girl are actually dating
Siren sounds
is like
approaching
crazy.
like a
I didn't
banshee
pick up on
in the
that until
night.
someone mentioned
The
it
shrill
on another
cry,
reaction video.
justice cutting like the sharpest
So cool.
knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
And this, of course, is just genius from both him and Sam. To think of using the guitar as the gun, and even that sound right there of the body hitting the ground. So well done.
Story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
It's just beautiful. Like, how does he make such a tragic story sound so beautiful, right? And also, have you noticed, I think I said this in another video too, but have you noticed that he has this like kind of running theme with some of the more like darker stories that he tells? Like in Money Game, there's always like a it's such a shame. I think, isn't that the end of Money Game 3? He says it's such a shame as he presses on the trigger of a money game. Maybe I have that wrong, but it's definitely a running theme in this story, and I know he's done it in other things. So it just always fascinates me how he kind of interweaves themes from one thing to another, even if they seem unrelated. That's part of the genius of Ren, right? We all know this by now. Do we think that's the same hospital gown from High Ren? And now he's just showing off. So So I know it's very early on in the song, but I'm going to stop it really quickly there just to mention. I think it's awesome how he always kind of lets you know to pay attention to things in his videos by just looking around. Like, and I say this all the time, everything Ren does in his videos is intentional. And so when he's looking around like that, in this moment, at least my opinion is he wants you to pay attention. He's in a hospital right now because anyone who's seen the video before knows that, you know, as he's telling Violet's story, he's going to go back and get you there from, you know, he's going to go back and tell you what happened to her before this. And so, and if you remember what happens when he fast forwards again to, you know, 2005, which is where this, what time, when this is supposed to be, sorry, he has her in a hospital. So even though he ends the song out on the street, he's showing you this is the hospital bed that she's going to end up in, which is why he's looking around the room now so that you'll pay attention. Like, oh, wait, this is a hospital room. Like, remember that. That's my theory. With Ren, I don't think you can go wrong. And he believes that whatever you get out of it is, you know, your impression anyway, which sign of a true artist, but I digress. But that's my theory on why he's looking around like this. And as he moves forward through this song, when he looks around as he's playing the guitar, you're going to hear, like, you know, he wants you to pay attention. Like, do you hear this reverb? Do you hear these awesome acoustics? It's such a clever way to do things. Everything he does is intentional. So powerful.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
And then to show rewinding, like a song like this, the guitar is rewinding time. Genius. It's just genius. I need a better word.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was the wrong one, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never
again, he looked up and the camera goes down. It shows you
comes to
why are you hearing this?
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick-knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet.
You know, I don't think enough credit is given to him as well. Like, he basically wrote a script here. Like, he writes the part of, I can't remember his name now, the boyfriend, or, yeah, whoever. He writes his part of, like, you know, do you think I want to do this, Violet? Like, that's such a thing that an abuser would say. And it takes skill to, like, write that. I've written scripts before, and I'm telling you, it takes skill to write a kind of dialogue like that. So it's not just that he's a great musician and a great lyricist and everything else. He has such, like, presence of mind to understand dialogue and go back and forth between narrator and, you know, this villain. And that, I think, is what draws us all in and what makes us all want to see him tell us stories. Like, I'd listen to him tell me any story just because of the way he constructs it and the way he delivers it. I just felt like I needed to point that out.
In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait.
And what
Say
do you think
something,
the
Violet.
significance of the seagulls are there? Did it just
Not
happen
one
that way?
word. She stays quiet.
Now it's fast forwarding time, so now we know we're back at the hospital, or we're about to be. So well done. But yeah, if you know anything about the seagulls in the comments, definitely let me know. I haven't seen anything on that. Was that just because it happened naturally in the environment? No idea.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
I really, and just like everybody else, the first time he got to two twins were born, it was like the end of the Sixth Sense for me. I was just like, wait, what? And like everybody else's reaction, right? We all have that reaction when we figure out what's going on here, but it's just like so crazy that he decided to tell the story in this way, to kind of leave it as a bit of like this, not even kind of, it's a huge reveal at the end that Violet is Jenny and Screech's mom. And it totally makes sense too when you think about it. If Jenny and Screech's dad kills Violet, right, by beating her to death, then obviously he goes to jail. And then she dies, as she's giving birth or whatever. So the babies are most likely separated at birth and go to foster care or something like that, which is also a pretty rough upbringing. And so they end up going different ways. It's also so clever to give Jenny kind of the same, personality traits as Violet, while giving James Screech, the same kind of personality traits as the father. So there's all these little things that tie together throughout all of it, which just makes it that much of a better story and makes us want to see, more. And I mean, how many times have all of us watched this video? If this is your first time seeing it, I mean, I hope you are enjoying it as much as I did the first time I saw it. But if you're like me and you watch a lot of other people's reaction videos, you're probably like, you wait for that moment when it's like it all dawns on them and they realize like, oh, this is insane. Like, he's such a good storyteller. Anyway, that was my reanalysis of the tale of Jenny and Screech. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, really appreciate it. And as always, don't wait for life to be easy to be happy.